Every Pokemon fan dreams of having an ultimate adventure where you go through every mainline region of every Pokemon game. And so after the 4th wet dream this week, I finally went into my kitchen and started to cook up the ultimate Pokemon adventure. The recipe is quite simple. After beating a gym in a region, I get sent into the next region's gym that equals the last badge I obtained. With the Generation 9 games, Scarlet and Violet, I can now beat one gym in every region, including the champion. But I was still lacking something. Like the small heat kick you get out of by adding a chili pepper into your cornflakes. Then it occurred to me, what if instead of going by order of game release, fate decides which region I have to visit next? After every gym, I will spin this mighty wheel of fate, which tells me what region I get to visit next. And if that wasn't enough spice yet, I decided to do everything as a Hardcore Nuzlocke. If you want to know about the rules of Hardcore Nuzlocke, check out the description down below, but for you lazy people who won't even click the subscribe button, almighty Pokemon Wheel of Fate, show me the first region. And we are starting with Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, nice. Can't wait for my rival to be an annoying piece of. My journey starts with Professor Rowan asking me to touch his ball. I oblige, and about 3 minutes later I get to choose my name as a reward. With sticky smelly fingers, I name myself Stanner and my rival CTR in hopes that this video will reach you guys. I chase CTR around, who bumps into us but still eludes us in the end. The classic YouTube creator experience. I then get to choose my starter Pokemon. I pick Turtwig since most of the early gyms are weak to the Weed type. CTR challenges me to a battle and I take the monkey down with my little land turtle, who seem to enjoy this more than necessary. Hey, easy there buddy, keep it PG, alright? I had to Prof Rowan slap next, name our little friend Oh Shit It, which will make sense in just a minute. On my way to Jubilife City, I ran into my first encounter, which is a Starly. This never gets old. I catch Starly and name him Burp. I then encounter the Pokemon god himself, Bidoof, who requires a sacrifice. I fulfilled God's demand and said goodbye to Burp. In Jubilife City, I get stopped by an old man. Yo, want a free Apple Watch? No thank you. Sadly, not having any other choice, I get my Apple Watch and head outside of Jubilife City, where CTR was waiting for another butt whooping. On my way to Orberg City, I catch Butt-Oo, the Badoo, Dark-type the Shinx, Quack the Psyduck, Suck the Zubat, and Jimbro, the Geodude. I forgot how the 4th gen games just throw Pokemon at you early. I mean, I take it, I now have already a really stacked team going into the first gym battle against Rock. This fight is a joke and Oh Shit It sweeps the entire fight. I swear this nickname will never ever get old. With our first badge in hand, I leave Rock's gym and now in the Kalos region, the level cap is now level 25 and Oh Shit It evolves into Grottle and Dark-type evolves into Luxio. I arrive in Paris, Lumiosa City. I get invited into Professor Daddy's lab and after a battle against him and his 3 Kanto starters, I get to choose one of the 3 to join my team. I choose the best starter Game Freak has ever created, Bulbasaur. I call him best starter and head onwards to Route 5. I encounter and catch a Gulpin on this route and call it These Nuts for obvious reasons. After battling an optional battle, best starter evolves into Ivysaur. I then run into Tierno and I don't even know this dude's name, since the rivals in this game are super forgettable. He battles me, but his Corphish goes down to 2 of Suck's wing attacks. My next destination is Kampfrier Town? Whatever this town is called. I get told that this game repeated what Gen 1 did and blocked our path forward with a sleeping Snorlax. That's such an original idea. Nonetheless, I need to retrieve a Pokeflute to wake up the chunky sleeping Snorlax. So I meet up with my love interest, get ripped off by a Managard for several $1,000s and... Has anyone seen my doggo? Bro, chill, don't yell. What's wrong with people in this gen? So yeah, the dude wants me to find his Furfrou, so I head into this well-designed labyrinth in his backyard and retrieve his dog for him. As a reward, I get to watch a beautiful firework with my love interest. So... you wanna come over to my place? Don't worry, I have some protection with me.
Denied.
With a broken heart, but a Pokeflute gained, I head back to Snorlax, wake him up, and manage to catch him. I call him Eepee, which I can relate to on a personal level. Nothing much really happens in the rest of Route 7, but I catch a Meditite called Big Brain in a nearby cave. In Route 8 I encounter a Drifloon with one of the scariest Pokédex entries ever. Adequately, I call him Kidnapper. In Umbred Town, we then meet with CTR and get tasked to rescue a fossil scientist in Glittering Cave. I get to ride on a Rhyhorn, which I can only imagine looks as comfy as it is with those buckles of rock inside my butt crack. My next encounter is Chompers to Sandile, an amazing ground and dark type Pokemon, and in Glittering Cave I encounter Solrock, which I named Sun, cause it literally looks like one. After catching Sun, Suck evolves into Golbat. After running through the cave, which felt like it had no end, I finally reach where the prof is, but he is being held hostage by the bad guys Team Flare. Quack takes out the first grunt with some water pulses, but against the second grunt's Electric, I had to switch him out for Best Starter to finish the job with Razor Leaf. CTR finally decides to be on my side and teams up with me for the last two grunts in a double battle. The Confusion takes out the Krogunk, while the Scraggy almost takes out CTR's Esper. Water Pulse and Comet does not manage to take down the Scraggy, and down goes CTR's Esper. I really hope CTR won't be mad at me for that one. Another Water Pulse seals the deal and we win the battle. We then rescue the scientist, who rewards us with a fossil. I pick the Sail Fossil and I use it to redeem Amora, which I call 4 times fighting. I then head straight into Silage City Gym, where Grant awaits us for a gym battle. He leads with his own Amora, and I lead with Quack. Quack takes it out with 2 water pulses, but gets paralyzed in return. Grant's final Pokemon is Tyron. This mon can deal massive damage to all my Pokemon with his strong jaw ability. Just look at this beast bring 3 of my more tanky Pokemon down to the red. I bring my own Amora and take it out with Refrigerate Takedown, earning me the second badge. And the next region is going to be... Generation 3 for Gym 3, how fitting is this? And since I went backwards in generations this time, a lot of my prior caught Pokemon do not exist in Pokemon Ruby, leaving me with just 6 Pokemon. But while delivering my love letter to Steven, I managed to catch a Makuhita in Granite Cave and name him Son Goku. Steven rejects my love letter, putting my rejection counter to 2, as I can now take the boat to Slateport City. Hey yo, why are we waiting in line here again? Turns out that Team Magma tried to get the new Pikachu Van Gogh promo cards, which turned out to be already bought out by malicious poachers instead. I can understand, you want your money back now, but you tried to resell them for you evil orcs funds anyway, so I beat them up with Best Starter. On Route 110, CTR challenges us to yet another rival battle. Sadly for her, my team is really stacked and didn't cause any issues. I arrive in Mobile City, where some little kid thinks he can beat the gym with a level 16 rolls. I quickly solve the gym puzzle and challenge Watson for my 3rd badge. I lead with Big Brain, who knows the move Hidden Power, which turns out to be a fire type move for him, hence being super effective against Watson's Sleep Magnemite. Turns out Big Brain has small PP, so I have to switch him out for EP, who takes not only his Magnemite out with Headbutt, but also his Voltorb. Last is Magneton, which I simply whittle down with Best Starter's Leech Seed and Razor Leaves, earning me an easy 3rd gym badge. With Pokemon Ruby done, the wheel will take me to... Pokemon Scarlet and Generation 9. This should mean that most of my Pokemon are back, right? Wrong. With only 400 Pokemon in the main Pokédex in Gen 9, these are the 6 Pokemon I am left with. On the plus side, Scarlet is an open world game, and I can head straight into the next gym battle. I will spare you guys watching me ride Koraidon for 30 minutes to get to the 4th gym city Cascarafa. Also, this game doesn't have any real random encounters, so I added a special rule for myself to catch 1 Pokemon in the desert and 1 Pokemon en route to Cascarafa. I will also catch the first Pokemon that appears in front of my eyes, so there's no real choosing for me. That would be cheating, right? Now that I have probably triggered you all and the comments will accuse me of being a cheater, I added Sheep the Mareep and Big Nose the Fampi to my team. Sheep also immediately evolves into Fluffy, nice. I now get degraded to an errand boy and have to deliver the gym leader's wallet to him. But we get stopped by his sidekick. What's your problem, kid? Don't you see we are kinda busy? But I have... Oh shut it, kid, get lost. Let's just say I quickly sent this rude guy to the Shadow Realm. Gym Leader then gives us $50,000 to purchase a bit of seaweed. Inflation hitting really hard in Paldea, it seems. The Gym Leader then returns to his gym and we are finally able to challenge him. He leads with Veluza and I lead with Chompers. To lower its attack with Intimidate, the crunch brings Veluza to the yellow who almost takes out Chompers with Aqua Cutter. I also have no idea where the random sandstorm comes from, but I take the little chip damage on Veluza. I then bring in Son Goku, who takes Veluza out with Fake Out. Wug Trio comes out, who brings 3 of my Pokemon down to low HP, but I eventually take it out with Sheep and Electro Ball. Last is Crabominable, who will Terrestrialize into Water type. This is a problem, and I ultimately say my goodbye to Little Sheep, who at least manages to paralyze him with Static. Good job, little fella, rest well, I'm sorry. Dark type then comes out and Itella Electric Spark takes out the Crabominable, winning me the 4th gym badge. I then take my selfie with the Gym Leader and head to my next destination, which is the beautiful and sunny Alola region in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Not only is the weather amazing, but all of my prior caught Pokemon are available to me. You are probably asking yourself, wait, Gen 7 doesn't have any gyms. Well, you are right, but I looked at what's equivalent of my current Pokemon's levels and it turns out the second Kahuna fits that description quite well. If you have a problem with that, fight me. I watch a wormhole appear in the sky and a little friend says hello. I then enter another stolen Kanto idea, Diglett's Cave. And who would have guessed, I caught an Alolan Diglett and I call him Nipple. There isn't much else going on, but I catch Spoopy the Ghastly in the graveyard. Defeat the Team Skull members and I meet the waifu herself, Plumeria. Eevee quickly takes out both of her Pokemon. So, can I get your number now or what? I guess that's rejection number 3. Whatever really, one day I'll find love. Oh hello, I didn't think love would come this quickly. With this technically being Gym Leader 5 in my challenge, we battle Olivia and her rock type Pokemon. Eevee and Oh Shit It take down her lead Nosepass and Boulder comes out next. Oh Shit It sucks it dry. Last is her ace Lycanroc. Expecting a Z move, I switch to newly evolved Jimbro, who tanks it quite well. I go for Magnitude, but a bite flinches, putting Jimbro in crit range. This happens quite a bit as I switch around my Pokemon. But Kidnapper manages to barely take it out, winning me the imaginary 5th gym badge. I say goodbye to my love Olivia, and as I exit, I arrive all the way back in the Kanto region in Pokemon Blue, which also means most of my Pokemon are once again not available. I fly to Saffron City, which is overrun by Team Rocket members. So yeah, I have to clear Silph to be able to access the 6th gym. I really don't know why people get annoyed at this part, but this is actually quite simple. I go to floor 5, enter this warp, go back the same warp, beat the Rocket Grunt, grab the door opener, head down to floor 3, open this door and enter this warp right here. And there we go, that's literally it. CTR then battles us, but Spoopy and EP take him out really quick. Just quick enough to remind you all to stay hydrated and press the subscribe button. We then battle Team Rocket's leader, Giovanni, but Best Starter, who is now a Venusaur, shreds his Pokemon apart with Razor Leaves, saving Saffron City from the Team Rocket invasion. Surely I won't have to battle any more evil teams, right? With Saffron City's gym now available, I dodge every trainer and always pick the bottom left warp to reach Sabrina and her Psychic type Pokemon. I really want to make her seem challenging, but EP body slams all her Pokemon into the ground with one-hit KOs. With the short fun I had in Kanto, I now leave for the 7th region, which is the Johto region. I do have a lot of Kanto and Johto Pokemon, but here is the problem. Due to Hardcore Nuzlocke rules, EP, Spoopy and Best Starter are unavailable due to being overleveled because of the level cap going from 41 to 31. That leaves me with a total of 4 Pokemon. 3 of which are also weak to the gym leader's Ice-type Pokemon. I fly to Acrotique City and head east into Route 42. I quickly stop in Mount Mortar and catch Chad, the Machop, and in the waters of Route 42, I catch a Goldeen, which I name Blub. I arrive in Mahagoni Town, where I learn that Team Rocket is doing some nuclear power plant levels of shenanigans using Magikarp as fuel. Me as an advocate for Magikarp lives matter, am of course deeply hurt by this, and I make my way to catch my next encounter in Lake of Rage, a Gyarados. Oh my god, it's a shiny. Wow, who would have thought? I successfully managed to not catch the Gyarados due to him hitting itself. I need to help these Gyarados. My pride as a Dragon-type master is on the line. But Lance, Gyarados aren't even Dragon types. Meet me back in the city, kid. I guess I hit a nerve. Back in the town, I enter this house and Dragonite, use Hyper Beam. Witness Lance committing murder in a kid's game? Now the inside of this basement turns out to be a hidden rocket hideout. I collect 2 keywords from 2 grunts, also Blub dies. I then get to battle the Team Rocket officer, who gets deleted almost instantly. Now to disable the Magikarp murder machine, I need to defeat 3 Electrodes. I made sure to catch one as my encounter. Surely it knows an electric move, right? Nope. Electrode does not learn a single electric type move on its own, and I'm lazy to farm up for a Thunder TM in the game corner. With Team Rocket out of the city, I can now get into Mahagoni Town Gym, where Chad barely misses a kill on a seal and dies to an Aurora Beam crit from one of the trainers in the gym. Now with only 5 Pokemon in my party, I challenge Price, who leads with a seal, and I lead with Burp 2. 2 flies take out the seal, and having no switch-ins at all, I do some damage to the Dugong and say goodbye to Burp 2. I send out Electbro, who sacrifices himself to take Dugong down with him. Last is Pillowswine, who gets 2-shot by Quack's Surfs, winning me the 7th gym badge. And now there's only 2 regions left, and the penultimate one is... the Unova region in Pokemon Black and White 2, where I get to use practically every single one of my Pokemon. My welcome in the Unova region is a short one, as I get immediately attacked by Team Plasma and their massive warship. I barely survive the massive loads and quickly take care of the evil team members occupying the city. With that over, I head into Route 11, where I catch my next encounter. On the village bridge, I catch a Meryl named Balls, and my last Unova encounter is a Tranquil, which I of course named Burp 3. I arrive in Undella Town and get jump scared by my rival CTR, who battles us one last time. He leads with Unpheasant, who goes down to a single Thunderfang by Dark-type. Superior is next, and I decide to wall switch out into EP, who gets crit unfortunately, but luckily paralyzes his opponent and squashes him with another body slam. Next is the Pokemon who got voted most hated Pokemon by the community, Simisear. Sun quickly erases him from the screen, so you guys won't have to click off the video. Aside from his battle theme, there isn't really anything great about Unova's rival. With CTR taken care of, I make my way through the beautiful aquarium, where I have just enough time to remind you all to please hit that subscribe button and leave comments on all of my misplays I did in this video. Now in Humilau City, I go into the final gym of my journey and challenge Marlon for my final badge. He leads with Caracosta and I lead with Best Starter. Not wanting him to set up with Shell Smash, I quickly put him to sleep and break his sturdy with Leech Seed. The Giga Drain then takes out the Caracosta. His next Pokemon, Violet, barely survives the Giga Drain, but retaliates with a bounce, which paralyzes Best Starter. I have to switch out, and I go into Dark-type, who quickly beats Violet and Marlon's Ace Jellicent, earning me the final gym badge. Which means that my champion battle is going to be in... Pokemon Sword and Shield's Galar region against Champion Leon. Once again, I am hit with a massive Dexit, which renders most of my Pokemon unavailable. Which means I can't even finish the game with oh shit it, my first starter Pokemon. I congratulate Sonia on becoming a Pokemon Professor and then take the train to Route 10 in direction of the Pokemon League. Classic Zoomer behavior right here, folks. Look at them watching my video but not even liking it. Can you imagine? I arrive in Route 10 and encounter a Mr. Mime, which I forgot to nickname for now. There are a lot of trainers on this route, so it took a small while to take them all out. During that, Mr. Mime evolved into Mr. Rhyme. With access to a Pokemon Center, I quickly gender the female Mr. Rhyme correctly and name her Miss Rhyme. Sword and Shield has an amazing theme going for its Elite Four, in where you have to battle against other trainers who obtained 8 gym badges to qualify for the finals. and these of course happen to be the rivals I had to beat prior in the game. The first battle is against Marnie. Leon's highest level Pokemon is 65, so I am a bit over leveled against the next couple of battles. Marnie stands absolutely no chance against my strong attackers who one-shot all of her Pokemon without taking a single hit. Next is Hop, where I have an epic Snorlax vs Snorlax Ditto, where EP prevails. I Dynamax Spoopy, who takes out Hop's Corviknight with Max Lightning. Thinking that an electric field Max Lightning can one-hit KO the Dynamax Cinderace, or even thinking Spoopy even surviving a hit with the bolt that Dynamax gives it, I decide to stay in, but unfortunately I was wrong and Spoopy goes down. Which really sucks since Gengar is an amazing Pokemon. I avenge Spoopy with Sun and shatter Hope's dreams once and for all. The day is over and I get to rest in a hotel when Leon invites me to dinner. Like all my prior dating experiences, I get ghosted and wait for 5 hours. I then chase around the dude with some sunglasses, which leads to some concert by the 6th gym leader Pierce. I wish this game would have told us what is happening in the story. Instead they just throw us in the last minute and still leave major plot holes. Anyways, I crash Rose Tower, battle some Macrocosmos dudes? Really, this is getting ridiculous. Who are all these people and why do they show up only in the last stretch of the game? We ride an elevator with Hop, have some nice comfy double battles, where I try to not only KO my opponent's Pokemon, but also Hop's Pokemon, due to my unsatisfied sadistic tendencies. I reach the roof where Oleana, Chairman Rose's bitch, gets angry for whatever reason and literally throws a gigantic pile of trash at me. But I use my gigantic nipple and take out the trash. I learned that Leon was 2-timing with Chairman Rose and I quickly leave to stop in my hotel room. The next day is the day of the finals. I head back to the Pokemon League, but the now gym leader BD crashes my fun. I show his My Little Ponies my massive nipple, who on his own takes down all of Beat's Pokemon. Well, almost. Nipple's Dynamax turns run out and I have to say goodbye to Nipple. Next is Nessa, who also is a simple pushover and gets sucked dry by But You. Sometimes I really wish roles were reversed. My Bay is next in line, but all of her Pokemon are weak to psychic attacks, and so Miss Rhyme gets a clean sweep. Last is Raihan, who was a bit tougher. I lead with Sun, forgetting Torko's Drought ability, which lead me to switch out into EP. EP then takes out Raihan's next Pokemon with ease. As Flygon HG comes out next, I switch into Miss Rhyme, who one-shots it with a quad effective Ice Beam. G-Max Duraludon comes out and I have nothing to really deal with it. I tried to put it to sleep, which of course failed. My only other option was to stall out the G-Max turns, switching around my Pokemon. EP is the one who is out when Duraludon shrinks back to normal size. Then this happened. EP just survives with one single HP. I quickly get my boy out from danger and send in But You. I Dynamax just in case and take my victory and my ticket for my battle with Champion Leon. I prepared as much as I could for the battle, only to forget that it gets interrupted because some plot that doesn't even get explained the whole game happens. So I head into the forest, catch my final encounter of my adventure, a Whiscash, which I call Witchcash. I get my Master Sword and I am now ready to fight Ganondorf. What? Wrong game? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was Zelda. Anyways, I head to a Hammerlock gym where I meet Chairman Rose to try and stop him from whatever is happening. He leads with S-Cavalier and I lead with Witchcash. Set up a Dragon Dance and proceed to sweep the entire fight. Next I encounter Leon, getting his ass pre-whooped for me by Eternatus, but I have to step in when Eternatus goes full Japanese cartoon mode. The doggos come and help me. I beat Eternatus and sadly have no other choice than catching Eternatus. Now it is finally time for real. The final battle to win my ultimate adventure spanning every Pokemon region. Me against Leon. He leads with Aegislash. I know he wants to use King's Shield turn 1, so I instead set up with Dragon Dance. I one-shot Aegislash and next is Rillaboom. I say goodbye to Witchcash, as he's no longer needed in this fight. But he gets a lucky freeze, saving his own life. What a trooper. This freeze practically enabled Witchcash to sweep through Leon's entire team, including Pokemon's most overrated Pokemon, Charizard. With Charizard going down, I am now officially the Pokemon champion. And that's it. If you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. Also don't forget to call out and make fun of me about my misplays. Thank you very much for watching.